Hello, and welcome to Fast Thoughts, with me, Wolfgang. Today, we'll be talking about Blankspace, a visual novel / escape room game by No Bread Studio. To add to the list of such games I've reviewed, Blankspace is another game in the vein of Zero Escape, with the gameplay being around a series of escape rooms, with some dialogue between the main two characters, Chris, a young man with some issues, and Beryl, a mysterious woman he finds himself trapped with, sprinkled in between the rooms. The pair wake up in a strange room and have to try to escape it, and a series of further rooms after that. The gameplay is pretty standard fare, with the player searching a room for items, finding interaction points, entering codes, and trying to progress through the rooms. There are a few choices to be made as you progress, which affect which of the 8 endings you get. The puzzles are fine mostly, being pretty self-evident, with a couple of guide-dang-it moments in there where the solution was just a little too obtuse. The characters are fine, but honestly, I felt they weren't as deep as they should have been, or were trying to be. If you ask me to describe Chris, say, I'd struggle to think of many words, aside from one spoilerish one, which involves how he got to be trapped in there in the first place. His personal issues engulf his character, which I'm feeling like more of a vessel for those issues, rather than as a standalone character with those issues. Beryl similarly feels like she's there largely just to be mysterious, and not a huge amount else. There's an attempt to be deep here, but it doesn't come off very well to my mind. The story is honestly fairly weak as well. The setup and air of mystery is good, but gets betrayed by one of the most cop-out type of endings there is. Think it was all a dream levels. Speaking of endings, there are 8 of them. Great, you might think, until you realise that to get all of them, you basically have to play through the escape rooms several times. There's no way of skipping them, especially because some of the choices are embedded within the actual escape room itself. With a guide, you can save in the right spots to avoid having to play all of the rooms 8 times, but you still need to repeat yourself and go over all of the rooms more than once. Additionally, to get the secret ending, you have to have gotten all the other 7 endings. I got the best ending first playthrough, and had no desire to sit through the game 6 more times, deliberately making bad choices just to get that one other ending I was actually interested in. I just couldn't be bothered, and consequently put the game down right there. The visuals are fine, the backgrounds look pretty good, and the sprite art is solid, but they don't mesh very well. Backgrounds are all 3D while the sprites are 2D. This can work, but the style mismatch is enough that it just makes everything feel disjointed and like it doesn't belong together. Overall, Blankspace has some good ideas, but fails to deliver on various points. It frustrated me that I couldn't get the extra good content without having to go through the game many times over, to the point that I just gave up. The story has good setup, but ultimately falls flat, and the characters had some potential, but just end up falling into what the story requires of them, with some additional attempt at depth. It's not really making it. I give Blankspace a 5 out of 10. It's far from terrible, but there's nothing here I can really recommend. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more fast thoughts. And if there's something you'd like to hear my fast thoughts on, or you have some thoughts of your own on today's topic, please leave a comment below. I'll see you down there.